Namaskar everybody. Very happy to see you. Very happy to be here. Maybe my translator today.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Actually, we had a class last Sunday already.
Kita punya kelas minggu lalu ya.
But then, out of a handful, were actually very interested in it. Couldn't for various reasons not turn up. And and also we had some problem with the microphone recording, audio recording. So I hope we can do it better today.
Ya, kita berharap kelasnya lebih bagus sekarang karena ada problem dengan mikrofon.
Also I discussed with Avesta, Divya Sundarananda, to have the class after Akhanda Kirtan, everything become very, very good.
Kalau kelasnya setelah Akhanda Kirtan, itu diskusi sama Dada, itu akan gelap.
So it's better to have the class after normal Dhammacakkra.
Jadi sekarang kelasnya dibikin di awal.
Then we can have it before lunch.
Bisa selesai sebelum lunch.
Okay. Yeah, so I asked in the round what people like to discuss in the class. What are their topics, what are their urges, what are their desires, what are their concerns, what are their questions.
Jadi Dada tanya kepada sekalian semuanya itu apa yang ingin didiskusikan.
One was karma and the other one, I think we already know.
Ada topik mengenai karma,
Thoughts and mind.
pikiran dan hearts and mind.
Okay.
Hearts and mind.
Pikiran. Okay, very good. So I hope in course of the class we can touch this.
Ya, kita berharap di kelas ini bisa dibahas.
Actually, I thought that because we hear so many philosophies and so many philosophical topics, it's good to have something practical.
Ada banyak filosofi, bagaimana bisa membahas yang praktikal.
So my idea was to provide some suggestions, some hints, some ideas, some practical advices how we can improve our sadhana.
Nah, idenya adalah bagaimana membahas hal praktis yang bisa meningkatkan sadhana.
So I started here already, you have seen. Do you like I will send them to the group, these points?
Ya.
So there are a lot of points, in total over 50. They are concerned here with what we can do, physical measures, then we have psychic measures, and here we have also spiritual measures.
Ini topik-topik yang bisa Dada akan kirim ke grup.
Totally 52.
52 topik.
Yes. Well, suggestions how we can improve our sadhana.
Suggestion untuk meningkatkan sadhana.
Well, actually, every suggestion can become a topic also. Yeah, if we can discuss a lot. Yes.
Ya, setiap itu bisa menjadi topik sendiri.
So, basically, I first try to create an awareness of our present situation.
Jadi, pertama untuk meningkatkan kesadaran mengenai situasi saat ini.
I ask somebody, how old are you? And say, 32.
You was
I asked last Sunday,
Sunday.
top secret. Top secret. I asked somebody, how old are you? He said 32.
Oh ya, minggu lalu ditanya usianya berapa, 32.
I said, tidak.
Tidak,
It's not true. Tidak benar.
tidak benar.
Yeah. You see, you're not a strawberry from the sky. How it evolved over thousands and millions and actually billions of years. Because without planet Earth, you couldn't exist here.
Jadi itu perjalanan sampai jutaan tahun. Nah, tanpa planet bumi kita nggak ada.
So this planet Earth is 4.5 billion years old.
Planet bumi 4,5 miliar tahun.
You are the result today. You are the product of all this long evolutionary process.
Kita adalah hasil dari evolusi yang panjang.
And the Earth, planet Earth, also not just dropping from the sky.
Ya, planet bumi juga bukan tiba-tiba jatuh dari langit.
It also evolved over 13.8 billion years when the universe began.
Berevolusi, kalau nggak
13.8 billion.
13,8 miliar.
The number is there.
Iya, 13,8 miliar tahun.
Yes. After all this evolutionary process, you are here right now, the product.
So how?
13.8 billion years. Plus 32.
Jadi usianya 13,8 miliar tahun tambah 32.
What I'm pointing out is the value what we are is a very valuable product.
Jadi apa yang menjadi topik itu atau bahasan itu adalah nilai dari the value of what?
The value of you being here, you existing on planet Earth right now is of immense value.
Jadi nilai kita ada di planet bumi ini immense value,
Immense, big.
Nilainya itu luar biasa.
Immense, almost immeasurable. We cannot measure.
Sangat bernilai.
Because Baba also mentioned very clearly that only human beings can get liberation.
Jadi Baba secara jelas menyebutkan hanya manusia yang bisa mendapat kebebasan.
An animal cannot get liberation.
Binatang bisa.
A flower, a plant cannot get liberation.
Bunga, pohon nggak bisa.
So we are so fortunate after this 13.8 billion years of we are now having a human body.
Jadi kita beruntung sekali setelah 13,8 miliar tahun itu mendapatkan wadah fisik sebagai manusia.
We are now in the position to get enlightenment.
Kita dalam posisi untuk mendapatkan pencerahan.
Oh, I didn't speak much about enlightenment. Actually, today is Deepavali. If I wanted to say a little bit more. Anyway, let's continue because this has also to do with light, enlightenment.
Ya, hari ini di Papua ini kita bahas sedikit.
Actually, in this connection, I like to say that in all tantric traditions, in all tantric philosophies, there is mention about Deepavali.
Dalam semua filosofi tantrik, semua menyebutkan mengenai Deepavali.
So although Ananda Marga is not same as Hinduism, But Ananda Marga also celebrating Deepavali.
Jadi walaupun Ananda Marga itu bukan Hindu, tapi Ananda Marga juga merayakan.
So the exit Deepavali day is tomorrow.
Itu besok.
It's one day in the year.
Satu dalam tahun.
Why is it tomorrow? Anybody knows?
Apa besok yang tahu?
Is it every 20th of October?
Apa di setiap tanggal 20?
Is it because of Amavasya?
It's to do with Amavasya. So what, not 99% with
Because
Amavasya.
Amavasya is dark, so you need light.
Yes, Didi, you're right. Actually, it is the darkest night in the whole year. So there are 12 Amavasyas in the year, but this one is the darkest.
Jadi
The longest and darkest night.
itu sebenarnya besok karena itu adalah hari paling gelap.
So this relates to the moon, constellation of the moon.
What the moon?
Yes, it relates to the constellation of the moon.
Jadi berhubungan dengan konstelasi bulan.
Yeah, must be new moon.
Itu bulan baru.
And so it's not every 20th of October.
Jadi bukan setiap tanggal 20.
I forgot what time did we start? Maybe 5 minutes ago. Something. I want to make sure that we just keep 1 hour, not more than that.
Dan menjaga supaya nggak lebih dari sejam.
Otherwise, people hungry
Sleep.
or might be losing concentration.
Ya.
So we keep strictly. So this is the darkest night, the longest night. That's why we need the light.
Jadi malam yang paling panjang, ya, gelap yang paling panjang dalam.
So people celebrating lighting all the candles, all the lights in the houses,
Dengan menyalakan lilin lampu di rumah.
symbolizing the overcoming of darkness.
Jadi simboliknya adalah mengatasi kegelapan.
Darkness in the sense of ignorance.
Kegelapan itu dalam kaitannya ignorance, pengabaian.
Ignorance in the sense that we don't know about the supreme entity.
Dalam hal kita tidak mengerti mengenai entitas.
So therefore Deepavali means overcoming ignorance with knowledge.
Jadi mengatasi ignorance, pengabaian terhadap pengetahuan.
Overcoming darkness with light.
Dan mengatasi kegelapan tadi dengan cahaya.
Overcoming dharma, adharma with dharma.
Ya, mengatasi adharma dengan dharma.
Overcoming evil with righteousness. Overcoming evil, devil
Kejahatan
with righteousness.
ya.
So this is the essence of Deepavali.
Nah, itulah esensi dari Deepavali.
But in Ananda Marga we give a little bit more emphasis
Di Ananda Marga ada hal yang ditekankan lagi,
on not only the light in the house but the light inside.
bukan hanya cahaya di rumah tapi di dalam diri kita,
So it is enlightenment of the Atman, our soul.
yaitu pencerahan dari Atman kita, soul jiwa,
It is linked to enlightenment.
yang berhubungan dengan pencerahan kita sendiri.
But also in Ananda Marga we don't agree with these crackers. Pum pum pum.
Oh, ya tidak setuju dengan kunang.
Celebration yes, but not there's so many crackers
Jadi tidak
shooting in
banyak
the air.
mengapi ya,
Ya, tidak setuju dengan kamu.
tidak setuju dengan.
In fact, Bhagavan time he made that remark while he gave darshan.
Jadi waktu memberikan darshan pada saat itu,
And it happened on Deepavali.
pada saat Deepavali,
And people outdoors, so many crackers, so many noises. That Baba hati, hati kucil.
Jadi waktu itu banyak yang menyalakan kembang api sehingga tak mendengar dasarnya.
So Baba will restart again and again.
Coba ulangi lagi.
And then one time he stopped.
Habis selesai.
And he said, this is not correct. The money they spend for using the crackers, they should use to buy some necessities, basic necessities for the
Itu buang-buang uang,
needy people.
belikan hal yang dasar, buang-buang.
Okay, coming back to our enlightenment.
Ya, balik kepada pencerahan diri kita.
So the human beings are the ones who have the physical body, and only human beings can get enlightenment.
Jadi manusia yang memiliki tubuh fisik manusia ini yang bisa mendapatkan pencerahan.
And for example, there are luminous bodies, even they cannot get liberation.
Luminous factor, apa ya?
Luminous spectrum, no, luminous bodies.
Luminous body, makro.
Devayonis, Microvita cannot get liberation.
Itu nggak bisa dapatkan pencerahan.
But what is this whole about liberation?
Tapi apa sebenarnya liberation itu? Pembebasan itu apa?
Anybody liberated here?
Ada yang sudah?
How is the liberation?
Moksa.
Moksha.
Moksa katanya sudah.
Sudah ada moksha? Ada orang di sini?
Ada yang sudah?
Belum. Belum. Ada. Nggak ada. Maybe this whole story about moksha is just bullshit.
Mau ini, mau kosong ini.
Who knows really?
Sampai
Nobody here has got enlightened moksha.
nggak ada yang mengalami, jadi benar.
It says, those who form sanatricity the thought of Parama Purusha will certainly arise at the time of death.
Itu pikiran akan para pusat katanya bangkit pada saat kematian.
Supreme command.
Itu begitu perintah.
So how we ever can prove it is true or not?
Gimana membuktikannya itu benar kan?
Apa?
Die first.
Die first. Yeah, the problem is after, for example, you get moksha, then when you are dead, how you can tell us?
Jadi setelah mati gimana bisa cerita tadi?
WhatsApp.
Demonstrator ya?
Maybe can live a dream.
But then his finger must be trained that at the moment he is dying, there should be yes or no, moksha, yes or no.
Ya.
We hope he has a scope to press the button.
Ya. Jadi waktu meninggal ini tangannya bisa kasih tanda ini benar ini moksa atau bukan?
So how do we know all of that?
So, gimana kita bisa tahu?
Look, for example, the Christians they say that if you follow the Ten Commandments, you go to heaven.
Nah, jadi kalau di Kristiani itu jalankan 10 perintah akan capai
If not, you go to hell.
heaven.
And you will burn for eternity in hell.
Kalau enggak, ke neraka nanti akan dibakar api abadi.
So it is a kind of a promise, yeah.
Itu janjinya.
But who knows?
Siapa yang bisa tahu?
Will happen or not. So, the Buddhists say that you will get, if you are very good in your meditation or so, liberation, you get even nirvana.
Nah, kalau di Buddhis, kalau melakukan hal baik mencapai nirvana. Benar. So, how come people believe in that?
Yeah, that's my question. That's my question.
People.
Itu pertanyaan.
Itu pertanyaan.
Itu.
Kenapa orang mau percaya?
Apakah Anda belum berpikir itu? You see the Muslims, they say, I don't know, there seems to be no big promise for the ladies, but for the gents who die in the war, say they will wake up in the paradise and the virgins will put some grapes into their mouths and have some feathers tickling in their ears, giving them massage.
Ya, kalau dalam Muslim seperti itu ya. Kalau melakukan hal baik, nanti ada yang kasih anggur, kasih makan, terus dicicit, itu benar.
So in Ananda Marga, if we do a good meditation, we get enlightenment.
Nah, dalam Marga dibilang melakukan meditasi yang baik akan dapat pencerahan.
And if not, you will be tortured for innumerable of animal lifetimes.
Kalau enggak akan menjadi kehidupan binatang.
So how do we know? Saya mana tahu.
Gimana bisa?
There is one organization, I think somewhere I still have the newspaper front page. There is one organization. I don't know. To spiritual organizations, they say, we promise you a seat in heaven after you die.
Ada salah satu organisasi yang ada baca di sebuah surat kabar akan tinggal di surga.
We take out from this trikuti, we take some bone out of the trikuti. We operate you. Small things out of you.
Dia ambil sedikit tulang dari tubuh kita.
And with that one, we will clone you again in the next life. On the another planet, paradise planet.
Bisa di-cloning di planet lain kalau diambil.
But if you want that, first you have to write your last will that all your belongings when you die, all your belongings will go to the organization.
Jadi kamu harus berjanji nanti kalau kamu meninggal, semua milikmu akan diserahkan kepada organisasi ini.
Yang mana benar? So many is Ananda Marga different?
Apa? Ananda sama Pak?
None of us says it's gone moksha. Nobody says it's gone moksha.
Nggak ada yang bilang capai moksa.
And if you get moksha at the time of dying, who knows? You get moksha or not? Siapa tahu?
Pada saat dying.
Bayu mana tahu?
Siapa yang tahu? Dan how come we believe?
Apa?
How come we can believe?
Yes. Pertanyaan bagus. And it is guaranteed in Supreme Nama. Those who follow some advice in the thought of Paramahansa will certainly realize in the mind at the time that their liberation is a sure guarantee.
Nah, itu tertulis dalam perintah aku bahwa pada saat kematian pikiran akan Paramahansa akan bangkit, digaransi. Gimana Pak? Mulai ragu-ragu Pak?
Dari dulu ragu.
How to Where do we get our inspiration to sit in meditation? Minimum 2 times a day.
Dari mana kita dapat inspirasi untuk meditasi 2 kali sehari?
Is there only extreme moksha and no feeling at all?
Ada hal ekstrim antara moksa dan tanpa perasaan sama sekali.
Or do you have sometimes good feelings in meditation?
Atau sekali-sekali dapat perasaan yang baik saat meditasi?
Nothing.
Atau nggak ada?
Everyone is quiet.
Semua diam.
Dan sekali dapat.
Nah, sekali-sekali dapat
Sekali-sekali.
good feeling. Yes. Sekali-sekali juga.
Sekali-sekali.
Ya.
Sometimes.
Sekali-sekali.
Kadang-kadang. Sekali-sekali. Don't.
Betul kan?
Orang lain
Yang lain gimana?
kosong. Kosong. Well, first of all, I think the inspiration we get from meditation because of our ideology.
Ya, salah satunya kita dapat ideasi itu karena ideologi.
Our ideology is based on rationality.
Ideologi kita berdasarkan rasionalitas.
And this is the really big foundation stone in Ananda Marga.
Nah, ini adalah hal yang paling mendasar di Ananda Marga.
The combination of spirituality and rationality.
Kombinasi antara spiritualitas dan rasionalitas.
Spirituality is based on rationality.
Spiritualitas yang berdasarkan rasionalitas.
Besides that, Baba has given many demonstrations.
Nah, di samping itu, Baba pada saat itu mendemonstrasikan sejumlah hal.
In his lifetime, he has given many demonstrations in real, with the people, with the person.
Waktu itu, Baba banyak mendemonstrasikan kepada orang secara langsung.
So there are so many different types of samadhis.
Ada beberapa jenis samadhi.
So there are extreme blissful stages.
Ada yang ekstrim sekali ya.
It's a different stage of awareness.
Tingkatan awareness atau kesadaran yang berbeda-beda tingkatannya itu didemonstrasikan.
Different level of consciousness.
Nah, ya, tingkat yang berbeda mengenai kesadaran didemonstrasikan.
And that different level of consciousness that triggers that special happiness.
Nah, tingkat yang berbeda-beda itu menimbulkan jenis kebahagiaan yang berbeda.
That triggers also the release of certain hormones that makes us feel good.
Nah, juga menimbulkan tingkat yang berbeda karena menimbulkan melepaskan hormon-hormon yang berbeda yang membuat kita menjadi lebih baik.
I just saw a couple of days, I saw a newspaper article about Ireland, the country Ireland.
Kan Dada baca surat kabar mengenai
Till recently, they were the country with highest number of drug addicts. Drug.
ada
Ecstasy pills,
ada salah
LSD,
satu
ganja, all these drugs, illegal drugs, just to get your mind in a different stage.
ya, Dada berbaca surat kabar adalah satu daerah tempat yang ilegal mengenai canduan obat-obatan.
But just recently, the government gave free classes free classes in many different disciplines, particularly also in the field of arts.
Pemerintah memberikan kelas-kelas free, ya, gratis mengenai
About classes. Could be sports, could be painting, could be poetry, could be music, could be anything in the field of arts, fine arts.
Kelas mengenai sport, olahraga, musik,
poetry,
ya, puisi,
fine arts, painting,
lukis,
music, composing, playing different musical instruments. And it has turned to the opposite. Now, from 85% people addicted, now it has come to 3% down.
With the class.
Yes.
Akhirnya kecanduan itu dari 85% menjadi 3%.
So, definitely we see immediate result from performing meditation. Meditation will be one step further.
Itu akibat cepatnya dari meditasi.
So, I think you keep secret. I think you have had some experience in meditation. One or other experience that keeps you going.
Ya, mungkin kamu tidak sampaikan, sebenarnya kamu merasakan.
And even if it just calms the mind.
Mungkin kamu merasakan pikiran.
We talked last Sunday about being angry.
Waktu minggu lalu mengenai kemarahan.
And that how our judgment gets disturbed if we are angry.
Bagaimana kita punya judgment bisa terganggu karena marah.
And how it helps to overcome the anger with remembering the Supreme Entity.
Bagaimana dengan mengingat Supreme Entity itu bisa mengatasi untuk tidak marah.
So, coming back to the beginning of our class, we are actually very fortunate that we have a human body.
Jadi balik lagi ke awal tadi, kita beruntung sekali punya tubuh fisik sebagai manusia.
And we should make use out of it.
Kita harus gunakan.
Maybe you had some experiences while doing kirtan, while doing meditation.
Mungkin Anda pernah merasakan saat melakukan kirtan atau saat meditasi.
If not, kalau tidak, you have to struggle a little bit more.
Kalau enggak, berarti Anda harus berjuang sedikit.
Baba says the struggle in meditation, struggle in sadhana, is the hardest, is the fiercest struggle that exists. There's no harder struggle.
No, the hardest.
It's the hardest, the most difficult struggle, the most demanding struggle.
Perjuangan yang paling berat itu
The hardest struggle compared with the struggle
di luar.
Maybe harder than the Second World War. Maybe harder than anything else, because the struggle in meditation is to conquer your mind.
Perjuangan kita saat meditasi itu bisa jadi yang paling berat, mungkin lebih berat daripada perang dunia kedua.
He says even like if you want to catch the water from the subterranean river, you have to dig and dig and dig and dig till you come to the water.
Jadi tadi dikatakan karena kita harus mengatasi pikiran kita sendiri.
With your mind, you have to crush the sand corn till the oil comes out of the sand corn.
Seperti
Corn of the sand, you know, at the beach is all full of sand. You just take one corn, 1 cent. What is it?
Satu biji
Biji apa ya?
pasir.
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 Yes, pasir. I know from Bangalore.
Ini ekstrak minyaknya.
Untuk mendapatkan minyaknya itu.
Pasir dan semen.
Oh iya, sehari-hari itu.
So it's difficult. So if it is so difficult, let us see there are some practical advices I can give that maybe make our struggle a little bit easier.
Nah, ini ada beberapa hal-hal praktis yang akan membuat perjuangan kita lebih mudah.
The easiest is that there are some physical measures. So if we start with that, then it is maybe not so. So if all of the points, if we do a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe our meditation will be a little bit more fruitful.
Jadi ada beberapa hal ya kalau kita lakukan sedikit di sini, kemudian lakukan yang lain lagi sehingga membuat meditasi kita lebih berwarna.
Last time we spoke about the simple thing like keeping our body clean, taking a shower every day.
Hal yang simpel misalnya membuat badan kita mandi setiap hari.
So if we take a shower or half bath before meditation, that will also help.
Ya, contohnya kita sebelum meditasi kita mandi setengah, itu akan sangat membantu.
Last Sunday nobody knew that actually our skin is the biggest organ we have.
Waktu minggu lalu nggak ada yang tahu bahwa kulit kita itu sebenarnya adalah organ yang paling besar.
So we should use a loofah sponge. Loofah sponge. Sponge from the tree. The fruit work upon is from the tree.
Pakai itu
mirip-mirip kayak itu di Filipina.
Pakai itu untuk gosok.
Actually, at one time I'm not getting it quite clear, but Baba mentioned that Ananda Marga is better in service than the Christians. Do you remember this quote? Did it? Better than the Muslims in discipline and better than the Buddhists in sadhana. I have to find this quote again. But I think Ananda Marga can learn from the Muslims because in terms of half bath, Vyabhakasha also. They're very good in Vyabhakasha also.
Ya, mungkin belajar ya. Learn from Muslim.
Yeah, I couldn't say because we are better than the Muslims in many things, but in half bath I think we can learn from them.
Ya, ada beberapa hal kan lebih dari Muslim ya tadi sudah bilang ya, tapi ada lupa kutipannya. Bapak pernah bilang kalau dari Mani Muslim lebih dalam hal disiplinnya, untuk pelayanan lebih dari Kristen. Tapi untuk yang Vyapak Sauca itu saya belajar dari Muslim. Wudu. Nah.
So what time did we start our class? Anyone remember? Nobody remembers?
11, about 30 or 40? 40.
11:40. So we still have a little time. We take a shower, but actually, have you gone to the swimming pool, or I don't know if you have in your house a bathtub that where you immerse your whole body in the water?
Kalau kamu punya ya di rumah kamu nyemplung ke kolam.
Have you experienced being in the pool, in the swimming pool, your body is immersed fully in water?
Pada saat kalau kita di kolam kita
No.
Belum.
Okay. Actually, the divers, they go deep in the water.
Ya, penyelam itu ke dalam air.
I was fortunate, I had the experience. One time in the Maldives, we used to go diving.
Di Maldives ada pernah pengalaman.
And you can't dive too deep.
Nggak bisa terlalu dalam.
Because if you go after certain depths, you get intoxicated actually.
Kalau terlalu dalam, intoxicated.
You get high in your mind.
Ya, karena tekanan air ya.
You get into samadhi. Yeah.
Bener nggak?
It is not the samadhi which Baba describes, but you lose orientation, you're in a euphoric state of mind, extreme happiness, blessedness, and you want to take off your mask, actually, but that means you will die, because in these deep waters and you have no oxygen, you can't even rush quickly up. That is another big problem with the whole system. So you can't do that. But it is extreme blissful state. So latest at like 70 meters, 70 meters down, these things start. You get in a very euphoric state.
Mereka punya pengalaman di Maldives. Pada kedalaman tertentu itu sensasinya seperti samadhi yang mendalam.
So when we take a shower, we get a mini.
Kita shower chill.
I don't know if you go for swimming in the swimming pool and do meditation after you went in the swimming pool, or even diving, not very deep in the swimming pool, 2-3 meters. If you dive there and do meditation after that, meditation is much better.
Kalau kita menyelam misalnya kedalaman 3 meter ya, lalu habis itu lakukan meditasi, meditasi menjadi lebih baik.
Kalau punya kolam renang.
Enggak 3 meter, nanti gali lagi.
Kolam renang, ya. Pergilah kolam renang.
Citos 3 meter.
3 meter. Di dalam. I used to actually dive 50 meters in the horizon, about 2 meters deep.
Oh,
When
menyelam
I was in high school.
kedalaman 2 meter selama 50 meter.
So when we take a shower, it's not just cooling the body or just cleaning the skin, it has also a little bit the effect of calming the mind.
Jadi kalau kita pakai shower itu ada dampaknya kepada pikiran ya, bukan cuma membersihkan.
So if you cannot take always shower, we can take half bath, so there is a little bit more time bit of
Ya, maka itu gunanya mandi setengah ya.
but it is helpful.
Membantu terhadap pikiran.
So this is just one simple practical advice.
Itu salah satu hal praktis yang bisa dipraktekkan.
Sentient food everybody knows.
Makanan sentien juga semua orang tahu.
Baba says 3 things our food should be nutritious, should be tasty, and should not be this much.
Jadi syarat makanan itu harus bernutrisi, bergizi, rasanya juga baik, dan terbanyak.
What else we have? Loose clothing is a very common sense. So if we have a loose clothing, there is no obstruction from the blood to flow in our veins.
Pakai pakaian yang longgar, tidak mengganggu sirkulasi darah.
We talked last time much about emptying your bowel.
Mengosongkan usus. Utshapa Mudra is a technique which helps, particularly in the morning.
Then after that you can go to the toilet and clean your arm.
Kita praktekkan sepa mudra di setiap pagi untuk mengosongkan usus. Jadi habis itu pergi ke toilet.
So once in a while, instead of sitting whole day on this one, it's good to do some physical exercise.
Ya, kita jangan kerja mulu, jadi kita ada olahraga.
There's some physical exercise we should do regular besides the yogasanas. But this one is once in a month. For example, Baba advises for the whole time, it's at least once in a month, really tough, challenging physical exercise.
Jadi paling tidak 1 kali sebulan ya kita lakukan latihan fisik yang cukup keras. What kind of physical exercise?
Well,
Gym.
I'm now in trouble because I got a washing machine. Before I didn't have a washing machine.
So you have problem now?
I have a problem now.
You can do cementing.
Continue that way. Actually, I have every day because the floor in the kitchen gets dirty so fast.
Sekarang jadi problem karena ada mesin cuci, kalau dulu dia nyuci sendiri. Physical exercise.
Yesterday somebody told me, Dara, why don't you have a Brahman to for keeping the jacket clean the floor.
Ya, ada yang menyarankan punya ART untuk bersih-bersih.
I said, thank you, but no thank you.
Tidak terima kasih.
Otherwise it will be more in trouble.
Malah banyak trouble.
Yogurt is very good.
Ya good sampai good for what?
Good, well, that's a very good question. Good for what? I will tell you. It is written actually in our, this is like the Bible of Anandamaga. Charya Part 1, 2 and 3.
Ini kayak kitabnya dia Anandamaga ya.
Everything important is written here.
Semua tertulis dalam buku.
The first one, proper physical labor. These are the secrets for long life. Secrets for long life.
Rahasia untuk hidup panjang.
The first one is proper physical labor.
Apa?
Proper
physical
labor.
Latihan fisik yang tepat, proper, yang tepat.
And number 7 is yogurt. Yogurt is a bacteria.
Yogurt itu bakteri.
And we have a lot of, there is bad bacteria, there is good bacteria.
Dan baik.
And we have a lot of bad bacteria in our body.
Di tubuh kita ada bakteri yang
But
baik.
yogurt, when you take the yogurt, this bacteria will eat all the bad bacteria in the body.
Bakteri di yogurt itu akan memakan bakteri yang tidak baik.
And the yogurt bacteria is produced with positive microbiota.
Nah, diproduksi dengan mikrobita positif.
At one point, Baba wanted to make the yogurt, eating yogurt as an everyday rule. He wanted to make it as a 17th point. So we have 16 points. He considered to make this one as a 17th point.
Oh, Bapak pernah berpikir ini untuk menjadikan poin ke-17, kan kita punya 16 poin.
But he didn't do. Why?
Nggak dilakukan, kenapa?
Because not everybody in India or the poor countries, they don't have the means, they don't have the money, they don't have the maybe they cannot afford it. So they couldn't follow then the 17 points.
Ya, ada sejumlah tempat, sejumlah daerah, negara yang mungkin tidak bisa kurang.
But that indicates how important yogurt is.
Jadi itu artinya seberapa menunjukkan pentingnya yogurt itu ya, tapi tidak ditaruh di poin ke-17 karena bisa jadi sejumlah daerah tidak bisa menerapkan.
Just recently,
Akhir-akhir ini kemarin
there was just a few, I think just 1 or 2 weeks ago,
1-2 minggu yang lalu
one lady,
ada seorang wanita,
she was the eldest human person on this planet Earth.
Hah? Apa?
Salah satu orang tua.
Salah satu orang tua.
How old di bumi?
117.
Usia 117. Di mana?
117 tahun.
Di mana?
She originally from America, from Spain, but she lived in America and I think she died in America.
Oh, dari Spanyol tinggal di Amerika.
We don't have internet.
It's a
She was the world's oldest person living to 117.
usia 117. Apa rahasia hidup panjang?
What do her genes reveal about the secret of longevity? So there are some scientists that check her genes, like take the scientists.
The scientist.
They take, even before she dies, of course, they did research. I mean, even when she became maybe 116, they were very surprised how she can become 116 years old. So they take some blood samples, urine samples, stool, they're all investigating the DNA, the genes, the chromosomes and everything. They're checking what is the reason, what is the cause, why she become 117 and she's quite fit.
Jadi para ilmuwan berusaha meneliti tubuhnya kenapa dia bisa usianya panjang. Dia ambil sampel dari tubuhnya.
So this is called supercentenarian, means your 100 years is centenarian. If you're more than 110 years old, you're supercentenarian.
Kalau 100 tahun centenarian, kalau lebih dari 110 super.
So they did all the checks, questions like these are at the heart of recent paper published Wednesday in the journal Cell Report Medicine, etc., etc. That's her.
Ya, ini sudah diterbitkan jurnalnya.
So
Hasil
everything
penelitian.
was examined, her blood, saliva, urine, and stool, everything was examined.
Semuanya
Her
diperiksa.
genome, comparing it with those belonging to the 75 other Iberian women. So that was compared. Iberian means she comes, their parents, and she was born in Iberian Spain.
Spain.
So they compared all her data of blood and compared with 75 other ladies from Spain.
From the same place.
Yes, where she was born.
Ya bandingkan dengan 75 orang lainnya di tempat.
Not same place, but the same country. This is a race, you can say, the Spain, it's a Spanish race.
Satu negara yang dibandingkan dengan
That's her, when she was younger. So the thing is, the result is, they couldn't find anything special about her.
dia nggak temukan apa yang spesial.
The only thing that was a bit unusual
Hal yang sedikit yang enggak.
they found was that she eats 3 times a day yogurt.
Yang berbeda lah orang ini makan 3 kali sehari. What time is that?
Now I'm not telling you should eat 3 times. Jelek.
Jelek itu katanya.
Mama berusaha di pagi-pagi bagus.
Bapak bilang
jelek.
pagi-pagi bagus, kalau malam nggak bagus.
Malam jelek. It cools the body. That's why we don't eat usually rice. Also rice, bananas, and yogurt in the night.
Kita nggak makan pisang, nasi, yogurt di malam.
So yogurt is really has some value. Now, what is the question arises here? What is the point anyway to get old? Why we should get old? Anyway, get body next time.
Jadi untuk apa kita yang menjadi tua? Padahal nanti kan juga dapat badan lagi.
Baba worked very hard, hardly gets rest, and he showed that he sacrificed his, he's not like the normal yogi who seems, meditates all day, do pranayama, asanas, who become 100 plus years old. Baba was not that way.
Bapak itu orang yang sangat bekerja keras dalam hidupnya, nggak seperti yogi, meditasi, kemudian lakukan praktik pranayama supaya hidupnya panjang.
Yeah, for that he could cure everybody else's diseases and extend their life. For that, in comparison with his own life, he didn't live so long. With 69, and in fact it was only 68.
Jadi karena itu, jadi Bapak melakukan itu untuk kebaikan yang lain, sehingga umurnya juga bertambah.
So
68 tahun.
maybe we should see Babas as an example and work hard and hard.
Will you see the example?
See Baba as an example, work hard.
Itu contoh.
Our goal is not to become 117 years old.
Jadi itu contoh ya, bahwa Bapak itulah salah satu contoh. Tujuannya bukan itu yang panjang.
What is our goal? Our goal is to achieve moksha,
Goalnya adalah mencapai
liberation,
pembebasan,
enlightenment.
pencerahan.
But if in this lifetime we can live longer and healthy longer, it has some advantage.
Nah, tapi kalau kita bisa hidup panjang dan sehat, itu ada keuntungan.
Yang mana? What advantage it is?
To give some to have some fun to more do sadhana.
Yes, and one little step further, the chance that we can get liberation in this lifetime will be increased.
Jadi kelebihannya kita punya waktu lebih untuk melakukan praktik sadhana dan bisa mendapatkan pembebasan di kehidupan sehari.
Maybe we don't need another life.
Mungkin kita nggak perlu hidup yang dulu.
But we should, of course, see that we have a healthy body. We don't want to move around when we are 100 and then 5 people have to carry us around.
Tujuan kita tetap hidupnya tetap sehat, bukan hidup di masa tua tapi dibopong oleh 5 orang.
We want to be healthy.
Kita ingin hidup sehat,
That's the most important.
itu yang paling penting.
Because we have this golden opportunity as a human being to get enlightenment.
Karena kita punya kepentingan memiliki tubuh ini untuk mencapai pembebasan. Jadi kita hidup sehat itu.
Last time I told you, if you have a toothache, it's painful like anything, then you want to do meditation, then how do you do meditation? Your bowel is full of gas, how you will do the meditation?
Kalau perut kita penuh gas, gimana bisa?
So we want to do all that we can to have this machine operating very good.
Jadi kita akan berdoa apapun cara untuk membuat mesin kita ini beroperasi dengan sangat baik.
Don't wait until you get old,
Jangan tunggu sampai kita tua.
because in older age nerves get weaker.
Saat kita semakin tua, nerve kita, saraf-saraf kita menjadi semakin lemah.
That's why children, they can learn meditation from earliest childhood.
Makanya anak-anak bisa belajar meditasi lebih awal.
So inspire your children to do meditation at earliest.
Kita menginspirasi anak-anak untuk belajar meditasi lebih awal.
There was this cook, the cook of Chantranath. There was, he passed away already. There was a very prominent family acharya. His name was Chantranath.
Ada satu family acarya nama Chandranath.
So there are videos about him, and there are interviews with him, and there are also books he has written.
Ada video mengenai beliau, ada buku-buku mengenai beliau juga.
He is one of the first family acharyas
Beliau salah satu dari family acarya pada saat
in Anandamarga. In the end, he used to live in Patna.
Dia terakhir hidup di Patna.
I have visited him there.
Ada pernah mengunjunginya.
In fact, his wife is the first family acharya of the ladies.
Bahkan istrinya juga salah satu family acarya wanita.
He was also a member of the central committee. So from those 25 years I know him also. He used to come for the central committee meeting.
Ya, beliau juga salah satu member dari 25 orang central committee.
In fact, he was a chairman of the central committee for some years.
Bahkan beliau ketuanya pada saat itu.
Anyway, he had a cook.
Dia punya masak.
And very funny, his cook's name was Makan.
Nama tukang masaknya Makan.
But with H, M-A-K-H. Makan. Anyway, Makan, cukup. So, he was very curious what is actually Vrindavan in the spiritual sphere.
Vrindavan, the name of place.
Okay, let me explain first. Lord Krishna, he used to live in a city called Vrindavan.
Jadi Krishna waktu itu tinggal di sebuah tempat namanya Vrindavan.
And if you read a book, Namami Krishna Sundaram, there Baba explains that Krishna used to live in Vrindavan, and he was a very pleasing, a very kind, a very soft Krishna. Later he left Vrindavan, and then he became Parthasari Krishna, became a very tough
Jadi di buku Namami
Krishna
Sundaram itu Krishna dulu tinggal di sebuah tempat namanya Vrindavan. Di situ kalau tinggal di sana itu Krishna itu orang yang sangat menyenangkan. Tapi begitu meninggalkan itu Krishna menjadi orang yang sangat tough, keras.
So at one point Baba talks about Vrindavan in the spiritual sphere. Spiritual Vrindavan.
Bapak pernah menyampaikan mengenai
Spiritual Vrindavan.
Spiritual Vrindavan.
So this cook of Chandranath, he was a very, very simple guy.
tukang masaknya Dada Chandana itu orang yang sangat simpel.
He never could pass any class at school.
Dia tidak pernah masuk sekolah,
So I assume he was illiterate, cannot read, cannot write.
nggak bisa baca tulis.
But he was a great devotee.
Beliau adalah seorang bhakta, seorang
So-
devotee sejati.
Another example that intellect is not that much necessary for spiritual development.
Ini salah satu contoh bahwa intelektualitas itu bukan hal yang penting dalam
So when Makam heard about spiritual Vrindavan, he was very curious. What is this?
Begitu mendengar spiritual Vrindavan, beliau sangat ingin tahu.
So he spoke to some of his friends and said, well, actually he spoke to the then General Secretary. I told him that, what is this spiritual Vrindavan?
Babasku,
This cook, Makam,
Oh.
talked to the GS.
jadi tukang masaknya ngobrol dengan GS, General Secretary.
Then the GS said, you better ask Baba.
GS bilang, coba kamu tanya bapaknya.
But he didn't want to bother Baba.
Tapi dia tidak mau mengganggu bapak.
So Chandranati used to live in the city called Bhagalpur in the state of Bihar, northern India.
Dada Chandana tinggal di Bhagalpur,
In the state of Bihar,
di negara bagian Bihar, di utara India.
Uttara India. So one day Baba comes to Bhagalpur to visit Chandranathi's home.
Suatu saat Baba mengunjungi Dada Chandana di Bhagalpur.
And Makam is massaging Baba.
Orang itu makan itu memijat Baba.
And after some time, Baba ordered him to put his trikuti on the tip of his big toe.
Pada saat itu Baba sampaikan kepada orang itu untuk menempelkan trikutinya kepada jempol Baba berkata.
And he fell into deep samadhi.
Dia masuk ke dalam samadhi yang sangat dalam,
He became abnormal.
menjadi orang yang tidak normal.
So even after Baba had left Bhagalpur, gone back to Jabalpur,
Kan setelah Baba pergi,
he was still in trance.
dia orang itu masih dalam situasi.
Whenever he does a meditation, he will go into samadhi.
Pada saat melakukan meditasi maka akan masuk ke kondisi samadhi.
And he was very, very sincere. He did his meditation very sincerely. When all other people were going to take rest in the night, he would take bath and then do very intense meditation.
Dan beliau melakukan meditasi dengan sangat tulus saat orang lain mungkin.
When the other people in the house go to bed to sleep in the
Mungkin
night,
yang lain mungkin
he will take shower and begin his meditation.
orang itu dengan tulus melakukan praktik meditasi.
So oftentimes he's getting samadhi, and then in the morning they find him lying on the floor still in samadhi.
Ya, bahkan orang-orang lain melihat di hari berikutnya orang itu masih dalam kondisi samadhi rebah.
How they know that it's samadhi?
Bagaimana mereka tahu itu?
Actually, his body becomes stiff like statue
Itu keras, tubuhnya kaku.
because blood circulation stops.
Peredaran darahnya berhenti.
So this happens all the time.
Itu sering terjadi.
One time he was making roti, chapati,
Itu dia masak chapati.
and some guests asked him, Dara, can you tell us your experience with spiritual Vrindavan? Because Baba gave him the experience actually. He said, I gave him not Baba at one point he said, Makan wanted to know about the spirit of Vrindavan. Today I have given him the practical experience of spiritual Vrindavan.
Who gini?
Baba.
Baba. Jadi ada.
At that time when we touched his Vibhuti to his toe.
Jadi kadang-kadang ada orang yang mintanya mendemonstrasikan.
So, the moment the people ask him, can you tell us how was that experience?
Saat dia ditanya bagaimana pengalaman pada saat itu,
Whenever he remembers a Baba or any stories, experience, he will fall then and there again into
jadi
samadhi.
pada saat dia mengingat itu lagi, maka seketika itu juga dia masuk ke dalam
He had his two hands on the roti and the roti is burning.
tangannya pegang roti tapi rotinya itu terbakar.
And the people shouting, Makan, Makan, take your hands away, it's burning.
Ya, itu rotinya terbakar, tanganmu tarik kanan.
But his hands are frozen, it's like statues.
Tapi tangannya kaku dan dingin.
So the people go and push him.
Maka orang akan mendorong.
A slight push and he's falling on the floor. They thought he is dead. He's in samadhi. His body become like statue again.
Tapi pada saat orang itu dipindahkan, dia kayak patung aja gitu.
From that day, it is forbidden to talk to him about his experiences, Baba.
Maka sejak saat itu orang dilarang untuk bertanya kepadanya mengenai Baba atau pengalaman tersebut, karena pada saat dia mengingat itu maka dia akan masuk ke dalam kondisi samadhi.
So, do you think this is fake?
Apakah menurut kamu ini bohong?
Is this a fake show?
Ini cerita bohong?
No.
Tidak.
How can you become a statue? So, it is not all bullshit. Meditation, good feelings in meditation, samadhi, moksha is not bullshit.
Ya, ini salah satu contoh bahwa meditasi bisa mencapai moksha.
So, let's work hard. Let's
Berjuang keras,
intensify our spiritual practices.
tingkatkan spiritual praktis kita.
And I hope some of the points which I'm showing here will help you.
Ya, dan berharap mungkin beberapa praktik simpel ini bisa membantu meningkatkan kesadaran.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank you for your inspiration.
Thank you very much for your inspiration. Exactly.
Yeah.
1 hour. Ciao.
I gave the promise. I will keep my promise.
Sabun aja ini.
This is the skin of the
Could be.
cow.
Yeah.